So this is the data we prepared in Excel, and we did the
Okay.
import.
Okay.
Okay, so when we go to a particular position record, we'll see all this data. Let's say, for example, we go to account executive 1.
Mm. Okay. Mm.
So here some of the fields are missing. Which one? The hiring manager is missing. Now I want
Yeah.
to update these records, all the records. All records are missing with the hiring manager. Okay. So now I want to update this hiring manager field with some value. I want to
Okay.
provide hiring manager for all the position records. So we have these all users. Okay.
Okay.
So for updating any kind of any record, okay, we need to
Mm.
know which record, which particular record it is.
Okay.
Okay, so how can we update this? Like, how can we identify this record?
Mm.
Like, these are the names we have, right? Account engineer 1.
Yeah.
Using the name, we can identify, we can differentiate the records. Okay, this is account executive 1 record. This is 2 record. This is 3 record. This is manager record. This is recruiter record. Using the name, we
Okay.
can identify the records,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
to update this record, we need a unique identifier to say the data loader
Yeah.
to go and update to that particular record only. Like I want to update only for few records, only for senior SQI engineer and account executive 1. Only these 2 records. So among
Okay.
all these records, how can the data loader go and identify only these particular 2 records? Using these names it can identify.
Mm.
But there is a
Okay.
scenario, the name can be duplicate. Let's say there is another senior SQA engineer. Again, it will get confused, the data loader.
Okay.
Based on which, what is the exact, like what is the exact record we need to do the update. There are 2 records in the system with the same name. Okay.
Mm.
So for this, we have another field called ID. Each record in the system. Each record in any object will have their own ID. Okay, unique
Okay. Okay.
ID to identify that particular record.
Okay.
Okay, which is called, which is also mentioned as identifier. You can see that ID here on the top in the URL. Okay,
Okay.
this is a 15 character ID and this is unique to each record. So using the IDs, we identify the records. Okay, this is unique for each record, and every record in the organization, every record in any object, let's say account, there are many accounts, right? So each account will be having their own ID, contact, same. So every record in the system is identified using a unique identifier which is called ID. Okay, which is of 15 character, and um, this can be available in 18 character also. Okay,
Okay.
so now we need to update this record. We want to update position records.
Okay.
What we do is we first export this data for updating, you must need to export this data with IDs.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just do that in the data loader. Export. We have export functionality. So export.
Okay.
Need you provided any IP restrictions?
No, I didn't. Like yesterday, we used some password,
Security token.
some security token.
Yeah. Okay. Can you give me that security token which you received yesterday?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the object we need to export?
Position.
Yeah. Select the position and select the location where you want to store that extracted data. Okay, so I'm selecting some folder, position, and give your name, position, extract. It will extract the data into CSV file.
Okay.
Dot CSV. Next. Okay, so now you can export the data by selecting all fields. So you will get all fields data. But right now you don't want to have all the fields data. Just name and ID is enough.
Yeah.
Name and ID and hiring manager field. Hiring manager field is the one we need to update.
Yeah.
Just remove. See here. Here it is forming the query. This is a called a query. Okay, like we
Okay.
are querying to position object. Select ID from position object. Okay, that means we are saying it to select the ID and get that ID from ID values from the position object. Okay,
Mm.
so similarly we select the name. Select ID comma name from position object. We are saying it to get the ID and name both from the position object. Okay, ID and name fields data. Okay, this is called a query.
Okay.
Like whatever here we are writing, this is a query. And what else we
Okay.
need? Hiring manager. So we need these three things, three fields data from position object. Okay, select ID comma name comma hiring manager from position object and finish. Yes. So now it extracted 13 records for us. Okay, click OK and go to that. Yeah, this is what created from the export. This is the file. Open this file. Now see, you found only three fields which you are selected while writing the query, and these are the
Okay.
IDs of these particular records.
Okay.
Okay, so only one record have the hiring manager. Okay, see the
Okay.
hiring manager is showing ID. Okay, we'll go to this manager record and we'll see that manager record. The hiring manager is Sindhu Reddy. So, but
Yeah.
when it is exported, it is showing us an ID. Why?
Because we have selected some unique ID, so maybe.
No, actually the reason is here
Mm.
the hiring manager is not a normal text or a checkbox or a pick list. It's a lookup, right? It's a lookup to
Yeah.
user object. It's a relationship
Yeah.
field. So relationship fields are identified using an ID. We can update the relationship fields only with ID.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the hiring manager is a relationship field to user. So if we want to
Mm.
update or insert, we need to provide the ID for them. Okay,
Okay.
now
Yeah.
we want to update the position record with the hiring manager. So I will give this ID only to all the positions. So she will be the hiring manager for all the positions.
Okay.
Okay. So I just gave the same ID to all the positions. Otherwise I can give another user ID also. So to give the ID we need to go to that users who is the hiring manager. You didn't create the recruiter profile.
I did create recruiter.
Hmm. Okay. Standard platform user. I check whether this user have access to that objects. Position object. Oh,
Mm.
okay. So I'll provide Sindhu only hiring manager for all the records, for all
Okay.
the positions. So if we have any other user is a different, like different user is a hiring manager for account executive 1 and 2, we can give their user ID. Okay. So
Okay.
to get the ID, go to particular
Mm-hmm.
user record. This is user record. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you are seeing
Okay.
is user record. Okay. Okay. Take the ID from here, from the URL. You find the IDs from URL itself.
Okay.
Okay. Take the ID from here and you can paste that ID here.
Oh.
Like you see, when you export it, here you can see it is starting from
Mm-hmm.
005 and ending at XD.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay. But when you exported after XD, it is added three more fields, AAY.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you see here, it is a 15 character ID. When you export
Yeah.
the same one, it will give you the 18 character ID, 15 plus 3 added, right? So 18 character ID. This is what the 18 character ID.
Mm.
Okay. So you can use either 15 character ID or 18 character ID. Okay.
Okay.
You can use
Yeah.
anything for updating. Okay. Like for example, if you take 18 character ID from here and you will put the ID here in the URL and click enter. It will take you to the Sindhu user record only. No problem for that. And you can see the position records also. Okay. Manager. I'll take the manager one. See here the manager one. It is starting from small a and ending at E. When you see in the
Mm-hmm.
Excel, it is added three more fields, three more like characters AAE. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to go to manager, I can take the 18 character ID and put in the URL here instead of this one. I'm just putting here and I'll just press enter. So it will take me to the manager record only. Okay. You can
Okay.
use 15 character one or 18 character one. So you just be aware of there are two types of IDs. One is 15 character, another one is 18 character. Okay.
Okay.
You will receive the 18 character IDs like while export the data.
Oh.
Okay. So now my file is ready. Okay. This one is ready. Like I just filled this hiring manager with some data and I'll save this. Save as position update dot csv. Select the save type is CSV. So just save. Now your file is ready. Go to export sorry, import, right? We need to update the data, right? So
Yeah.
update position and select the file. Position
Mm.
update, open, next. You have 13 records to update.
Okay.
And now you need to do the mapping again. First do the
Okay.
ID,
Mm-hmm.
name, hiring manager, hiring manager. Okay,
Okay.
click OK,
Yeah.
next. And it will, and it is asking where to store the success and error files. Okay, you will get the success and error files,
Mm.
right? So just give your
Okay.
own location. Otherwise, you will miss these success and error files. If you provide the correct location,
Mm.
you will remember like where I stored the success and error files. It is important to store the success and error files. In the real time, you need to keep the backup always.
Okay.
Finish. Yes. See now, there were 12 success updates and one error. Let's see what is the error. I think it is for manager record, I think.
Mm.
For this ID, we got the
Required
error.
field.
Okay. We'll see
Yeah.
what is that ID. Go to, these are our success and error files. Open error file.
Mm-hmm.
For this record, we got some error. Okay. I'll take this
Yes.
record ID and find here. Yeah, the manager one. This is an old record which you created without any data, like, right? So after that, you
Yeah.
created many fields with making them as required, but they doesn't have the data. Like open it is a required field, but it
Okay.
doesn't have the data. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
when some field is required and it doesn't have the data, that then it will surely give us the error, right? First, these should be filled.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Given opposite.
Validation worked fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so one record is failed. Okay, we'll let this one record, it's an old one. We'll go and check all other records, okay, which are updated just now.
Okay.
See here. All the records got filled with the hiring manager, which was empty just before, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So when we provide the ID, it will get us its name because it's a lookup relationship
Mm-hmm.
field. For any relationship field, if you provide the ID, it will populate with the name of that particular record.
Okay.
Okay. I think is it confusing for you?
Yeah. No, it's not confusing.
Okay. So first what we did, we exported the data using the export. We exported the IDs.
Yeah.
IDs of position
Yes.
records, and
Yeah.
ID with the field which we need to update. Okay, the field which we need to update is
Yeah.
hiring manager. So, and we provided the hiring
Yeah.
manager with some value, and then using the update, we updated the records again. If you see the record last modified, you find the today's date and time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this time is according to your time zone set in your, like in your arc.
Yeah.
Go to the company profile, company information. So according to this time zone, it is saying the last modified time. Okay, you can change it to
Okay.
your own time zone. uh, EDT, GMT minus 4, right?
Yes. Eastern. Yeah.
Save. So now whatever the records you update, they will be shown up in that time zone.
Okay.
Okay, so actually this is already done, so it will not affect for the existing historical data. Okay, this is the historical data now. It's already existing because it's created before changing the time zone. That's why it does not affect the existing historical data. Whatever the data you create after changing the time zone, this time zone will reflect the created date and last modified date
Oh.
reflect for them, the newly coming records. Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
is this clear or any confusing?
It's clear.
Okay, this is the update file we prepared. And
Mm.
next one, we do the upset operation. Okay, now we do the upset operation. So upset is nothing but insert plus update. Insert plus update is nothing but the
Yeah.
upset. Okay, so
Yeah.
in the upset
Okay.
operation, upset, what the upset operation will do is it will check for the existing records. If there are any existing records, it will update them. Otherwise, it will just insert the newly coming records. Okay, it will insert, if
Okay.
that first it will go and check whether this record exists in the system or not. How it will check whether the system is
Okay.
existing in the, whether the record is existing in the system or not? How it will check? Like I want to check whether this particular record is exist in the position object or not. How I will check? Using its ID, right? How can
Mm.
I identify
Yeah.
this particular record? Using the ID. So when
I.
I
Yes.
when I say it to go and upsert, first it will check whether this particular record is exist in the system or not. If not, then it
Okay.
will insert. Okay. If it is existing, it will go and just do the update on the existing record based on their provided ID.
Mm.
Okay. So I'll prepare a
Yeah.
file again for the upsert. So for upsert, I want some
Okay.
records to be updated and some records to be inserted newly. So I will take some of the records. Okay. And these are the records now I want to do the update on.
Okay.
For the first I'll go to this records. Senior benefit specialist. So in this job level is null. So I want to give this job level value. Okay. So I want to give the HR 100 for this. Okay, which is null here, job level. So I'll go to the fields. For updating the pick list values, you need to take the exact value as it is. Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
it will be like junk data. So to take the exact pick list value, go to that particular pick list, okay, and copy from here. So for senior benefit specialist, HR 200. Okay, next, senior UI designer. I'll go to that particular record. So it's information and technology. So in the information technology, you can take IT 200. In the inside sales rep 1. Inside sales rep 1. It's retail operations functional area. So for retail operations, R0100. DBA. So now I want to update this DBA job level with IT 400. Okay, so here we did not provide the column header, which is nothing but the field name. So what is the field name?
Job level.
Yes. So this is a field. Now I want to update because it's empty. It's null for all these
Yeah.
positions. Okay. So I want to update it through the upset operation. Okay. And I will
Okay.
provide one record, like one position. I want to create the position.
Okay.
What are all the positions we have? Software engineer. Okay. So I want to create a new position, which is project manager, which is not there in our system. Okay. So for this, we need to provide all the data for all the required fields. Then only the record will be created. Like for example, when you do from the user interface, nothing but whatever you are seeing now. If you come and create the record from here, you provide the mandatory fields or not. You give the mandatory fields or not.
We should be okay.
We should have to give, right? Otherwise, what it say? When we try to save,
Yeah.
it will
That's
give us
okay.
these errors. Similarly, when
Yeah.
you are creating the record, right now you are creating the record from here. Similarly, you are creating
Yeah.
the record from data loader. Okay. So
Oh,
then also you must provide the mandatory field values. Otherwise,
okay.
it will scold us like this. You must enter a value.
Okay.
It will give us the error file with
Okay.
failures. Okay.
Okay.
So what are the required fields? All these fields. Hired by. Location. Okay, location is required here, but you made the location field to be required on the page layout, right? You made it as required on from the page layout side.
Yeah.
Okay. but there are some fields which are
Mm-hmm.
required at their like at their particular setting. Like I will go to hire by field.
Yeah.
Okay, this hire by field is required at its setting. Okay, it's this is
Yeah.
the setting of this particular hire by field. So it is required. So only these kind of fields are evaluated. Okay, these are if the field is required at its own setting. Okay, so it might be little confusing for you. Okay, just listen carefully. If the field
Okay.
is required at its own setting, then this
Mm-hmm.
is strictly enforced to enter the data.
Yeah.
Okay, we must need to provide the data into these fields while doing the
Okay.
operations from user interface or from using any data loader or any kind of outside operation.
Okay.
Okay, and for the fields which are enforced, which are said to be required on the page layout, which are said to be required on the page layout, like location.
Mm-hmm.
Location is set
Yeah.
required on the page layout, right? So this is not
Yes.
enforced strictly. If we leave this field also while doing the data operation, it will not say us anything.
Okay.
Okay, only for the
Mm.
fields which are said to
Page
be
settings.
required at its setting. These are strictly
Oh,
enforced to enter the data.
okay.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
I'll leave the location and what we have open date. Max pay. And it also validate the validation rules. We have the validation rules, right? It will not bypass the validation rules. We need to keep our validation rules also in our mind.
Okay.
Like max pay, min pay. If we provide the values like I provided in the user interface, then it will also give us
Yeah.
a error. If I provided the maximum pay less than minimum pay here while doing the operation,
Uh,
it will sure give us a
yeah.
error. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Position title. I think this is also required in the page layout.
Mm.
Doing the data operation, you need to keep all these things in your mind, like which is a mandatory fields, whether any validation rules
Okay.
are there on particular fields which you are going to update or insert.
Mm.
Okay, if there are any validation rules
Oh,
or if the field is required from its setting, then you must need to provide the data. For example, a client provided you data file. These data files are provided by the clients itself because it's their own objects. They know which data to be entered in that object. We are the developer. We write the code and we do some configuration. We don't know what data they store in the objects, right? So they will provide you the
yeah.
data files, these Excel files. Okay. So when you take the data file from the client, you need to see whether all the required fields data is available or not, or any validation rules are there, or any validation rules are provided on particular fields. Okay, whether they
Okay.
provided the data
Yeah.
or not. If they are not provided the data, then you need to ask them, this fields data is missing. If we don't provide this fields data, we'll get some error because that field is mandatory. You need to explain them because these are the prerequisites you need to take care while doing the import or update or upsert. Okay.
Okay.
So now you provided the data for the project manager field, sorry,
Yeah.
project manager record, which you are now going to create a new position record. Position title you provided, open date, max payment pay, hire by, close date, all you provided everything. To provide the status. Status is a pick list, so we need to take the pick list value exactly as it is from here.
Mm.
Okay, so just save. Yes. So now see, these are the fields, these are the records you are going to update with the ID, and this record you are going to create newly. So once after creating the record only, ID will be provided to you. Unless you create the record, there is no ID.
Mm.
Okay. So once after
Yeah.
creating this record, you will get the ID, unique identifier for this particular record. Okay. Now I'll go and
Mm.
do the upsert position and choose your file position. Okay, what is the file name? Position update.
Okay.
We'll save it as position upsert for our reference, like upsert. The naming convention is important, like otherwise you will forget what exactly you did with the files,
Yeah.
and you need to keep the files everything backup. Otherwise, if something happen, you can revert back the existing data again. Okay, always you need to keep the insert file, update file, whatever, upsert file, export file, everything in the backup.
Okay.
Upsert. There are 5 records. Okay, and see, did we get any mapping here? First it took the ID. Okay, select the
Yeah.
fields for on position. It automatically took the ID. Then next, now it gave us the mapping. Auto match fields. So these are the mapping is done. Okay, next, and select where you want to store your success and error files. And this is very important, like you need to store your success and error files with naming convention that will be good. Okay, so that in the
Okay.
future, if you want to reference like what are the success and error files generated for a particular data operation, so that will be helpful for you if you get any issue or anything. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
finish. There are 5 successes, 5 success and 0 errors. Okay, that's good. So these 4 records will be updated with the job level, and one extra record is created now in the system in position object. Okay, we'll go to our position object. So what is the records we updated? Senior benefit specialist. We'll go to that particular record. Yeah, now see, it is updated with the job level HR 200. That is what we provided, right?
Yes.
If we go to DBA,
Yeah.
it is updated with IT 400, which is we provided in the Excel. And you see the time. Is this a correct time? Right now you are in
Mm,
EDT
no,
time
it's
we provide.
10:24
Okay, I think
EST. Eastern Standard.
EST or something we need to.
Yeah.
We'll check the user timing also. The time zone on the user.
User.
Adds the user details. See, I didn't change this.
Yeah. Eastern Standard Time.
I think daylight is going on now, right? Daylight
Yes.
savings. Yeah. So we need to take one GMT minus 4. Otherwise it was GMT minus 5. Even my client is from Connecticut.
Oh,
That's why I'm familiar with
nice.
her time zone. So the new record which we created is project manager or what? Project manager. Okay. So we'll go to the all positions and see the new record project manager. Okay. The new project manager record is created with the whatever the data we provided in the Excel. We provided only minimum pay, max pay and status and these dates. Only with these data it is created.
Oh,
Status, max
yeah.
payment pay, close date, hire date, open date. And for the remaining fields we didn't provide the data. So it didn't created the data here in the fields. Okay. It's
Yeah.
clear. Updating,
Okay.
exporting, upsetting, inserting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Insert.
will have to do them by myself, I
Yeah.
guess, once
Prepare
again.
the data in the Excel first. Okay. First you need to provide all the fields here. Okay. Just all
Yes.
the fields as column headers and then provide the data in
Yeah.
all the fields. Then try to do the insert.
Yeah.
Okay. After inserting, export
Yes.
them. Similarly, export them and
Okay.
export them with their IDs. Okay. Then try
Okay.
to do the
Yeah.
update or upsert. Okay. Now the delete
Okay.
function, only
Yes.
we left with is delete. Okay,
Mm.
delete.
Yes.
How do you
Mm.
delete? Like how do you delete each like records in the system? You need to know which record you want to delete. Okay, the client
Yeah.
came to you and said that uh, I want to delete some records which are like junk. I'm feeling they are junk. I don't want that records to be in my system
Mm.
because they are consuming data. Okay, these records
Yeah.
count towards the data storage. Okay, data storage you can
Mm.
check here, your setup. Storage usage. Okay, data management, storage usage. You can check here. The position object is consumed records. There are 14 records in the position object which consumed 28 KB. That means it consumed total 8% of your total data. Okay, which you have
Mm.
the data storage as 5 MB only. Okay,
Okay.
in enterprise edition and in
Oh,
unlimited edition you will be having 5 GB. Okay,
okay.
so already you consumed 336 KB here. You used records whatever we stored that count towards data storage, like attachments or images whatever we attach. Okay, they count towards the file storage. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah, you have two photos here with 13 KB documents, 10 documents you attached, one content. Okay, the by user also you can see Sindhu Reddy is used 328 KB storage, 98% she used. If it
Mm.
reaches 2%, she will not be able to create any records. Okay, go and delete some
Okay.
records from any
Yeah,
objects.
yeah. I think it's in the candidate object only. Yeah. I'll delete them.
Hmm. So this is also one more thing you need to take care of the data storage. That means you need to keep an eye on it,
Okay.
whether it is reaching the level, like it is reaching, it is hitting the limits or not. You need to keep an eye on it. Okay. So,
Oh, okay.
okay, what we are talking? Deleting. Okay.
Delete.
Deleting from using data loader. So to delete the, like to update the data, we need its ID, right? Then only we can know which record we want to update, which
Yeah.
record exactly we want to update. So
Yes.
for deleting also we need to know which are all the records we need to delete.
Yeah.
Okay, so that also will be done using unique identifier. Okay, let's say the client said I want to delete the data uh, uh, let's say I want to delete the data which has the functional area as retail operations. Okay,
Okay.
I want to delete the data which have the functional area as retail operations. So I don't want to delete any other data, human resources or information technology. Only retail operations data I want to delete.
Okay.
Okay, so in that scenario, I can go here and click delete. Okay, before doing this, first I need to export this data with their IDs. The retail operations records I need to
Oh,
export with their IDs, and then I can provide the
oh,
same IDs for deleting. Okay, I'll go export
oh,
position, provide the right naming convention, what exactly you are going to do. RO nothing but retail operations. First you are going to
right.
do export. So export
Oh,
and save the type dot CSV, and you're exporting to
oh,
your own folder. Save. Next. And here you need to write the query, right? Select ID,
yeah,
name, and functional area.
yeah. Oh,
Functional area from position. And your
yeah.
functional area should be only retail operations, right? So
Yes.
you can provide the condition. Here you can provide the condition. This is where you create the condition.
Yeah.
Functional area.
Functional.
Functional area equals, okay, it will provide
Retail.
here retail operation. Add
Okay.
condition. See here. Select ID, comma, name, comma, functional area from position object where functional area equals to retail operation. Okay, this where
Oh,
is the condition. So now it will return you the records only with retail operation.
oh,
Only with the functional area as retail operation. It will not get any other records other than this retail operation records. Okay. Next, finish. Yes. Oh, there were zero successful extractions and zero errors. I think
I was.
because of this functional area, position, next, name, will take equals the value. We need to take the exact value. Earlier it was, see, earlier it was, uh,
Retail.
see, O was small, right? O is small operation in the operation.
Yeah.
Okay, but what
Okay.
value we have? Capital here, and that was a retail operation. And here's our value is
Oh,
operations. O is capital. Okay, so we need
okay.
to give the exact value. Retail
Okay.
operations, add conditions. Now it's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Select ID, comma, name, comma, functional area from position object where functional area is retail operations. So we are
Yeah.
telling it to get the records only which are having functional area as retail operations.
Oh.
There were 5 successful extractions. That means there are 5 records with retail operations. So 5 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records we have. So now we'll go to our extracted file, position RO export. This is our retail operation exported file. Exported. Okay. So now I want to delete these records. Okay. So
Yeah.
for
Okay.
deleting, we need to prepare another file. Save as training RO delete. So for deleting, we just need ID. So I want to delete all these records, right? So I'll just take out these 2 fields. We have nothing to do with these fields. Only we need ID.
Oh,
Okay. And
okay.
save file. Go to your export. Sorry, go to your delete. Position. Browse. Position delete. RO delete. Open. Next. There are 5 records which you are going to delete. Click OK and do the mapping. ID is mapped. Next. Finish. Yes. See, warning, the number of records allowed in your recycle bin is limited. So it is saying about the recycle bin. Okay, just say yes. So 5 successful deletes and 0 errors. So that records are deleted now. Go to
Okay.
your and refresh this one. You will not see these retail operations.
Mm.
See, 5 records are deleted. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the recycle bin. Here you have the recycle bin. Check in your recycle
Mm.
bin. See, they went to recycle bin. If you don't want
Yes.
this, like if you want to reverse your operation, select the record and undelete. Okay,
Okay.
go to positions again. You can see that account executive 3, which came from the recycle bin as it is. Okay, you just reverse
Mm.
that from the recycle bin. You can retain. So in the recycle bin, these are available till
Mm.
15 days only. Okay, after 15 days, they are
Yeah.
deleted permanently from the recycle bin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so now see this position record, see the timing. Is this the correct timing?
Mm.
10:41.
Yes, it's the correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what about data loader, insert, update, upsert, delete, export.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing we have is export
Yes.
all, hard delete. Export all means it will export the data. For example, if I say export all the data from position object, it will export the data from the position object as well as the position records which are in recycle bin also. Okay. This is a difference
Okay.
between export
Yeah.
and export all. Export means it will export the data which is available in object only. Okay, the data available in
Okay.
object only.
Okay.
If I say export all, it will export the data from object as well as any records which are in the recycle bin.
Recycle bin.
Okay,
Oh.
hard delete. Hard delete means
Yeah.
delete the data permanently from the recycle bin.
Okay.
Okay, like see, empty your
Oh.
recycle bin.
Yeah.
This is nothing but the hard delete.
Yes.
Delete the
Okay.
data from the recycle bin also. Okay, is this clear?
Okay.
Insert, update, upsert.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll send you some files
I'll
also
have to
for
do it.
yeah. Mm, I'll send you the data file for job application and candidates. Okay, these two files.
Oh,
Okay, first insert
okay.
these two files, job applications and candidates. Then you play with it, like deleting, exporting,
Okay.
upserting, updating them. Miss any two
Okay.
fields, and for the two fields do the update operation or upset operation. Okay, you can play with
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
Job application and candidates,
Oh,
I'll send you these two files. Okay, right now we have seen all the things on
oh,
position, right? So just do this in on
yes.
candidates and job application.
Oh,
Okay, is this clear? Insert, update, upsert, delete.
yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so it supports 5 million records and more than that. Okay, and it
Oh,
supports all the standard and custom objects, and it performs insert, export, delete, update and upset operations. Other than this we have export all and hard delete. Okay. Mm, yeah, these are the setup. Yeah, like if the data loader login fails, okay, then these might be the reasons. Like we need to check the server host URL, whether it is having the correct URL or not, login.salesforce.com or test.salesforce.com. We need to check this one.
okay.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Another thing is we need to check if there are any IP specified for current logged in user. On his profile, we can check whether any IP ranges are not are set. The other thing is
Oh,
if this is not solving our problem, we need to get our security token. If the above things are not login failure reasons, get the security token from my settings, from your Salesforce org, and append that security token to your password. Like your password and your security token. So it should be like my password, security token, login. Okay. Then it will log
yeah.
in
Yeah.
successfully.
Yes. Oh,
These are the mapping. So next we have is
oh,
import wizard. Okay, import wizard is
oh,
also another
yeah.
tool which is inbuilt tool. See, data loader we are downloading to our desktop, our system, right? The import
Yes.
wizard is an inbuilt
Yeah.
tool which we have here in say here in the arc itself. Okay, go
Oh,
to data management. You can see data import wizard. So it is an inbuilt one. From here only you can do the data operations instead of downloading like this into our system. Okay, but it has its own limitations, and this tool can only import up to 50,000 records in these objects only: accounts, contacts, leads, campaign members, solutions and all the other custom objects. Okay, but the standard objects supported
oh,
are only these objects: accounts, contacts, leads, campaign members and solution. It doesn't support opportunities, contracts, cases.
okay.
All other things are not supported. Okay, so and it is having the limitation up to 50,000 records only. Okay, if I ask you the main difference between the data loader and import wizard, first thing you say is data loader supports up to 5 million records and import wizard supports only up to
Yeah.
50,000 records. And the second thing is data loader
Oh,
support all the other operations like insert, update, upsert, delete, export. But the import wizard supports only inserting, import. It doesn't
okay.
support update, upsert, delete or export. Okay, it supports only insert, nothing but import. Okay,
Yeah.
this is clear. And it is the
Mm,
third difference
yeah.
is it supports only few standard objects, but the data loader supports all the objects, all standard objects and all custom objects.
Okay.
Okay, is this clear?
Yeah.
Are any doubts?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
No, no, it is clear.
so we'll see the operation using the import wizard tomorrow in tomorrow class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll catch up tomorrow, Sindhu, and try these things. Okay,
Okay.
using the data loader. I'll send you the files.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
then
sure.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.